Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. It's time for match week 7 of the 22-23 EFL Championship fixtures. All these fixtures are being played across Tuesday and Wednesday. Get your predictions before the first games are in on Tuesday. Let's check how everyone did. I only got 6 points last week. I did get another perfect score. Seem to be getting perfect score week after week at the moment. And the perfect score was Rotherham 2, Birmingham City 0. So I was very, very pleased with that. Top scorer in the comments was Roberto the Hornet, and he managed to get himself 8 points. So very, very well done, Roberto. Other scores, Shane O'Donnell 7, Glenn Kitely 7, Daddy Cole 52 6, Nathan 5, and Chris Welsh and Reece Gaming Arena on 3. So very, very well done to Roberto the Hornet for getting 8 points. So we will start with the early game on the Tuesday. I think there's an early game, actually. Is Birmingham City against Norwich City. Now, Birmingham City did lose 2-0 to Rotherham United. Norwich beat managerless Sunderland by 1-0 at the Stadium of Light. First of all, very good win for Norwich, has to be said. A very difficult place to go to, but Josh Sargent getting the winning goal, which was very, very good. And Norwich are now up to, I think it's second now, if I remember rightly. Fourth, actually. They are up to fourth, so very, very well done to them. They have done very, very well so far. But Birmingham City are... Yeah, they're kind of languishing just outside the relegation zone on 21st at the moment. But, you know, these two last played in the League Cup a couple of weeks back. And fair play to, obviously, Birmingham City for, you know, getting a 2-2 draw, but then losing on penalties to Norwich City. But I have to say that this game, I think it will be Norwich City's win. I'm going to go for Norwich City to continue their very good run. And in fact, it would be 4 wins out of the last 5 for Norwich, wouldn't it? So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to the Canaries. I think the Canaries will win this one. Burnley against Millwall. Burnley 5-1 winners over Wigan Athletic. Fantastic performance from Vince and company's side. Nathan Tella in particular impressing yet again. He's on the score sheet yet again. Millwall surprisingly lost 1-0 to Reading, which was a very disappointing result. But Burnley are obviously in the top 6 at the moment. They're sitting in 6th place. Millwall are sitting 16th. So Burnley 10 places above Millwall, currently in the league table. This is a very interesting game, actually, because Burnley coming off the back of a 5-1 win, which was a very, very impressive performance away at Wigan, and Millwall losing at home. So I'm going to give Burnley the victory. I think they will carve out a scoreline, and I think they will win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to the Clarets in that one. And now we have Cardiff City against Luton Town. Cardiff are sitting in 14th at the moment. Luton Town are sitting in 19th at the moment. Luton Town getting a 1-1 draw with Sheffield United. Cardiff City drawing 0-0 with Preston. Look, I think it has to be said that when you are at the Cardiff City Stadium, you don't really get goals. It has to be said, it was wasteful finishing from Cardiff. But well done to Preston for, you know, getting a 0-0 draw away there. Luton Town, very good 1-1 draw with Sheffield United as well. And I think that's going to continue for them. I think that point that they've managed to gain from Sheffield United is going to get them through here. And I'm going to go for Cardiff City 0, Luton Town 1. Nathan Jones, of course, returning to Cardiff. QPR against Hull City. Well, QPR, fantastic performance against Watford, winning by 3-2. Very impressive stuff. Very, very impressive stuff. That one, Hull City did win in the end. They won by 3-2 against Coventry. Both sides are actually sitting very, very comfortably at the moment. QPR are sitting in 11th. Hull City are sitting in 3rd at the moment. So I have to be honest, I think this is going to be goals. I think there will be goals. Michael Beale's attacking play is very, very good. It kind of goes to show that Steven Gerrard was obviously struggling at Aston Villa, and Michael Beale is obviously gone there. So, it's definitely struggling for Steven Gerrard as well. But fair play to Michael Beale. He's done very, very well as QPR manager so far. Shota Arveladze managing to get Hull into 3rd place at this moment in time. Very, very difficult one to call. But as I said, I think there will be goals. I am actually going to go for a Desmond in this one. I'm going to go for QPR 2, Hull City 2. And now we have Sheffield United against Reading. Sheffield United getting a 1-1 draw with Luton Town. Reading are sitting top. So it is 2nd against top with the battle of these two. Look, Reading have to be given credit. That's a magnificent result away with Millwall. Fantastic result. It was as well. Sarr getting the only goal there for Reading. Sheffield United, a very good draw all the way at Luton Town because, Kenilworth Road is not the easiest of places to go to. And when you look at the games coming up for Sheffield United, they'll be happy with that. So is it Bramall Lane? I have a feeling that this is going to be comfortable for Sheffield United. And I think that they will end the night on top of the table. I'm going to go for Sheffield United 2, Reading 0. Because Reading are not that great away from home, but very, very good performance against Millwall. Very, very impressive performance it was as well. But I'm going to go for Sheffield United to continue their good run with a 2-0 victory. And now we have Wigan against West Brom. Steve Bruce going back to one of his former clubs. Wigan, how did they do in the last match week? Wigan lost 5-1 to Burnley. So, yeah, disappointing result. West Brom are currently in 15th place. Wigan are 20th at the time of obviously recording. Yeah, I mean, this is a difficult one to call because West Brom, Huddersfield were in a very commanding lead against West Brom, and they, that was a 2-0 win, and then West Brom managed to peg them back as well. Wigan, they just need to get a point from somewhere, don't they? I think as well. I'm looking at this game, and I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be a very tight game between these two, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And now we have Watford against Middlesbrough. Well, Watford losing by 3-2 against QPR. Very surprising. But Watford sits 7th in the table. Middlesbrough finally got their first win of the new season. It was a 2-1 victory over Swansea. Has to be said, Middlesbrough did go into a very fast 2-0 lead, and then Swansea pegged them back to get a 2-1 in the end. But a big, big victory for Middlesbrough there. But Watford, very disappointing result against QPR, especially at home as well. I expect Watford to bounce back. I'm going to go for them to win this one. I'm going to go for them to win by 2-1. I think they should be able to bounce back in that one. Bristol City against Huddersfield Town. Bristol City involved in an absolute classic with Blackpool. 3-3 it was at Bloomfield Road. Very, very impressive stuff it was as well. As I said, Huddersfield were 2-0 up against West Brom, and then were pegged back to 2-2 in that game. Very disappointing to not close out that win in the end. But you have to say that Huddersfield are currently sitting 23rd in the table at the moment. Bristol City are 9th at the moment. So I look at these two, and I'm going to give Bristol City the 1-0 win. I think there's not much between the sides. I don't think there's much between the sides. I think Bristol City have been very, very good. Huddersfield, very, very disappointing so far. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to Bristol City. And we finally have a game at the Ricoh Arena. Game is on Coventry City against Preston. Coventry, well, they got 3 games in hand, and obviously they do have this one against Preston. Coventry did lose 3-2 against Hull City. Preston, 0-0 draw with Cardiff City, but they haven't conceded a goal. haven't conceded a goal, have they? So, Preston are doing very, very well. But they have had 5 draws, interestingly enough. So 1 win, 5 draws. It's consistent for Preston. I'm going to give Preston the win. I think Preston will be the more fitter team, I think, because obviously with Coventry not having a couple of games recently, obviously at home, I think that Preston will win this one. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Preston. And Preston to continue their good recent run, even though they do have 4 draws out of the last 5. I'm going to go for them to win by 1-0. Sunderland against Rotherham. Sunderland losing 1-0 to Norwich City at the weekend. Rotherham, well, they're in the top half. They're in the top half, and they are in the playoff spots. Yes, I know people, it's only 5 games played or 6 games played, whatever you like to call it. But big news for Sunderland fans is that Alex Neil has left to join Stoke City. Now, first of all, I don't get it. I do not get why he has left. Money. Probably more money, isn't it? Probably more money. But to leave Sunderland in the position that they're in at the moment, and look, Stoke City have really struggled under Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill had to go. And I think many people probably predicted him to be the first one to be, sacked. But to leave them on the eve of a big game against Norwich City, and look, Martin Canning did an okay job. I know they lost 1-0, but you would expect him to probably go to Stoke alongside Alex Neil, because them two were obviously at Hamilton together. You would expect him to probably go and. You would expect him to go to Stoke as part of his coaching staff. But big news for Sunderland. It looks like Tony Mowbray looks like he could be the one to take over. And I think that's a decent manager, to be honest. I think he's a good manager to keep you in the league. For sure. He did very well at Blackburn. He did very, very well at Blackburn. But Rotherham, a very good win, 2-0 against Birmingham. And they'll be confident going to the Stadium of Light as well. But Sunderland, I've got a feeling they're going to win this one, because they might have a new manager by then, but new manager bounced. We know what happens every time that, when a manager leaves, that you've got. It's a dangerous game to play against a team when you've lost their manager. I'm going to go for Sunderland 2, Rotherham United 1. I think Sunderland will win that one, even without their manager, of course. Blackpool against Blackburn. Blackburn, well, they were sitting in the playoffs at the moment, but Blackburn have dropped out of the playoffs. So Blackpool are currently 13th. Blackburn are currently 8th. Blackpool in a very fascinating 3-3 draw with Bristol City. Blackburn losing 1-0 to managerless Stoke, but now obviously Stoke are managed by Alex Neil. So very, very interesting stuff. But Blackburn, they've not had a good run recently. 3 defeats in a row. You would expect them to bounce back eventually, wouldn't you? Blackpool, bit hit and miss, aren't they? 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 defeats in the last 5 at the moment. But I'm going to give Blackburn the win. This game is on Sky Sports, remember. So this should be a good one to watch. It's kind of a local derby, kind of. I don't know if you could kind of say that, but it's kind of a derby, isn't it? But I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Jon Dahl Tomasson's side in that one. And the final game to preview and predict for these midweek fixtures is Stoke City against Swansea City. Well, as I just said, Stoke City getting a 1-0 win over Blackburn Rovers. Very, very good performance there. Lewis Baker getting the winner. Once of Chelsea, isn't he? Once of Chelsea. Swansea's form has just gone down. They are just not in good form whatsoever at this moment in time. They did lose 2-1 to Middlesbrough. It's an awfully long journey for the Swansea City fans to take, especially going there to lose as well. But Stoke City have got a new manager now. Michael O'Neill was sacked, and probably rightly so. Rightly so, in my opinion. Stoke City haven't been going anywhere since he's been there. And I think the writing was on the wall at the start of the season. I think everyone kind of predicted that Michael O'Neill would be the first manager to go. And look, he has indeed. And now Alex Neil has gone to Stoke. But this move just it surprises me because the last game that Alex Neil had in charge of Sunderland was the 1-0 win over Stoke. So very, very strange, very, very strange circumstances as well. But Swansea, how long do they keep with Russell Martin? That's another matter entirely for them. I'm going to be honest, I don't see Russell Martin lasting much longer if they keep losing games. Again, it's another long trip for the Swansea City supporters, but I am going to go for a 1-0 win to Stoke, and I think that could spell the end for Russell Martin. I do have a feeling that could spell the end for Russell Martin, but I'm going to go for Stoke City 1, Swansea City 0. So there we have it, guys. There we have it. Get your predictions down in the comments section down below for these Match Week 7 games. And like Roberto the Hornet, you will get a shout out in the next video. So I will go for my predictions very, very quickly as well. I will aim to have this out by 9 o'clock this evening. So please get your notifications bell on and do all that jazz. Like, share, and subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel. It would be much appreciated. So I'm going to go for Birmingham City 0, Norwich City 2, Burnley 2, Millwall 1, Cardiff City 0, Luton Town 1, QPR 2, Hull City 2, Sheffield United 2, Reading 0, Wigan Athletic 1, West Brom 1, Watford 2, Middlesbrough 1, Bristol City 1, Huddersfield Town 0, Coventry City 0, Preston North End 1, Sunderland 2, Rotherham United 1, Blackpool 0, Blackburn 2, and Stoke City 1, Swansea City 0. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, get your predictions down in the comments, and we will see how well your team does. And obviously, enjoy the midweek football, because there's obviously Premier League action, there will be Championship action, League One action, League Two action. So get involved, get involved in the predictions, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.